1991, May 9th, 1991, and I'm going to put on my my duds, my cap and gown. Let's go.
Okay, Michael. Here we are. Excited? Michael, what do you have to say?
Get away from me, Mom.
What?
On the other side, like everybody else.
Was Jim Thunberg out who stood up at that time and said, "We'll join you. We believe it's accomplishable in the private sector for the first time in history." And had they not stepped forward, we wouldn't have had the success that we did. In a few moments we have together today, I'd like to think you might want to reconsider as you step outside of this educational facility. The two bits of advice I was given first came from a professor, because in 1950, for the next decade, this thing that you're going to do, incidentally, is the most rewarding thing and the most wonderful part of your life also. But the most difficult thing you're going to do, the most challenging thing, is to do what your parents have done, and that is be married and raise children and give them an opportunity. That's going to be the biggest challenge. All of us feel that just happens ordinarily. You meet somebody, you fall in love, and you go forward. But it's the most difficult thing. If you look at it as a challenge, as something that you're going to care about and work hard about, success is pretty much assured. Let me tell you that I believe very much in your opportunities and your ability to compete, to make America competitive again, and your ability to give back as a volunteer, and your ability to support education, especially USC, and your ability to make your USC family and your own family something to be proud of. You are very lucky. You are the best and the brightest. God bless you. Go forward. Thank you, Mr. Dubrow, for an inspiring address.
is there anything you want to say about the fact that you're graduating and it's over?
It's over. That sums it up right there. That's the best part. Where I am in a dress.
You don't want to go to graduate school?
No. Let me enjoy this right now.
Break. Gonna have one more graduation.
More ceremony. Anything you want to say to me?
Yeah, we want to say we're so proud of you. We're so happy. Where's everybody else? Well, we graduated in 4 years. Oh, wait,
Like Peter Uberoff said.
remember the hard part.
I couldn't hear her. No. No.
All right.
I like the way you said, and volunteer at the civic
Okay. Our first speaker 5 years ago was my friend and colleague John Houseman, who had a relationship that actually went back to my grandfather in New York and all that business, and so it was something of a surprise when we ended up working together at USC. This year's speaker was a protege of John's and has made his own very substantial mark on the theater in America. His work has been recognized by Tony Awards for Best Director, as well as the Drama Desk, Outer Critics Circle, and Obie Awards, and many other awards as well. He has produced and directed the widest possible range of new plays and classics. His staging of Leonard Bernstein's Mass inaugurated the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which says something about who he is. He is particularly well known for his support of new work which has been recognized by Tony Awards for Best Play and the Pulitzer Prize. His theater, considered one of the major flagships of the American resident theater movement, was awarded the Special Tony Award for Excellence, and has been responsible for putting Los Angeles on the map as one of the nation's 2 major theater centers. And it also really makes possible the success of our own school, because without his theater, we really wouldn't be what we are today. Please welcome the artistic director of the Mark Taper Forum and the Amundsen Theater, Gordon Davidson.
Afternoon to be here. A great moment in your lives and therefore in the lives of everyone attending. I thank you for the opportunity, especially for connecting me back to indeed my friend and mentor, John Houseman, and the real reason I've wound up being a resident of California and Los Angeles. I call my talk today on commitment, community, and craft, and on connections and celebration. And I wrote that title, and I suddenly said, wait a minute, I'm talking to a group of young graduates, and already it's starting to sound like a lecture. So I was reminded of a story I heard not too long ago. Mo Udall, distinguished senator, I believe, from Arizona, told a story about congressman who went back to his state to meet with the people of his state and went to an Indian reservation. And he was welcomed by the tribe and the elders, and the tribe assembled, and he spoke, and he told them how committed and interested he was in preserving Native American rights, and they yelled, "Gumbala, Gumbala, Gumbala." And he said that he was going to do work to improve health and welfare and education on the reservation. And they said, "Gumbala, Gumbala, Gumbala." And he said that he was going to make sure that there were increased job opportunities. And again, Gumbala, and the intensity and the excitement of the cheers was overwhelming, and he was quite moved by it. So when he finished, he thought he had done quite a good job, and the chief came over to him and said, "Thank you very much, Senator. I'd like to show you around the reservation, but as we go, please be careful not to step in the gumbala." I'll try not to spread too much around. Graduation is a potent symbolic time. It's full of emotion and cliches. It's about endings and beginnings. It's about reflection and forecast. It's about relief and foreboding. I stand here on your graduation day full of these conflicting feelings myself, for I'm here to tell you they never go away. If you choose the path of an active, engaged, creative life, every day you will experience terror and doubt, anxiety and despair. But you will catch glimpses of the tremendous reward of finding a way to share your vision of truth with others. If you follow these simple precepts, neither a borrower nor a lender be, no, sorry. No felonious eye. This is a difficult time in our culture and in our social history. It's a time of great change, which also means resistance. A time of gloomy economic forecasts. A time of reckoning with the effects and erosion of values, services, and the true quality of life, brought about by the squandering of resources and by the cancer of greed and self-interest condoned and endorsed in the 80s and epitomized by the arguably worse than nuclear fallout of Proposition 13. I come to you today not wanting to be pompous and felonious-like, but anxious to share with you a lifetime of experience in 15 minutes or so and make it real and meaningful and count for something. No gumbala. So here goes. The American theater that I came into some 30 years ago, 27 years to Los Angeles and 25 to the Marte Performance, has changed a great deal. When I graduated from college, the only real opportunity besides going in the Army and serving a hitch there was to go to New York and look for work, pound the pavements, and maybe find a job. And it was a freelance world. Today, there are over 400 theaters in virtually every state in the country which have resident operations where it is possible. So here are my precepts. Help each other. Form bonds and alliances. Colleagues, friends, and loved ones. It's lonely out there. Help yourselves. Don't expect anyone to do it for you. No one owes you anything, but you owe it to yourself to follow a vision. Strive to learn. Strive to learn and remember how the world was, to understand what it is now, and to dream about what it can become. And above all, keep the personal in art. It's too easy to succumb to the corporate and institutional mode. Live in it, use it, support it when appropriate, but don't let it control you. Martha once said to me, and I've seen it now in print, no artist is ahead of his time. He or she is his or her own time. It's just that the others are behind the time, and everyone else has to do the catching up. And finally, to Agnes de Mille, she said, there is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action, and because there is only one you in all of time, the expression is unique. If you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is or how valuable it is, nor how it compares with other expressions. It's your business to keep it yours, clearly and directly, to keep the channel open. And you don't even have to believe in yourself or your work. All you have to do is keep it open. Be aware, directly, to the urges that motivate you. No artist is ever pleased. There is no satisfaction, whatever. There is only a queer, divine dissatisfaction, a blessed unrest that keeps us marching and makes us more alive than the others. So, keep marching and make us more alive too by what you do. Thank you and congratulations.
On a personal note, I've had the privilege of working with a number of you in the BA and BFA and MFA programs in productions of courses. And I can tell you one thing for sure, I'm going to miss the class of 1991. And walking in today, I heard several faculty members saying similar kinds of comments. It's interesting how classes seem to develop personalities. And you're a special lot. Since graduation is always a time for very sober advice, I thought I'd give you very briefly some unsober advice that I got one day from John Houseman when I was in the midst of launching a project that was one of the most bizarre things I ever thought I would ever do. And one of the real concerns was how to attract attention to it, how to get an audience and all that kind of thing. And he thought for a moment over all of his years in theater and film, television and everything, and said, create a scandal. What he meant, he actually meant literally do that, that's the best way to do it, but he also meant create an artistic scandal. That is, do something nobody else has done, do it in a way that people will really notice, and I urge you, when you go out of here, to think about that, and to perhaps create your own artistic scandals. And remember that we don't close the door on you with graduation. We're still here for advice, connections, anything we can help with, including rehearsal space, sometimes the use of our theaters and whatever. So especially if you end up staying in Los Angeles, the facilities are here, we're here, and we welcome you back whenever you can. So now let's return to the most important part of today, these little red folders.
Okay, may I have all of the BAs line up over here in this aisle?
You're first, Angela.
So you grab it as you go across. Remember, you've got some cameras, quite a few camera buzzes down here, so you may want to take a minute to have your picture taken. Okay? First one up, please. Who wants to be first?
I will.
This is Michael Cohen, a BA in Humanities with an emphasis in drama. Congratulations. This